once again, welcome back to another episode of Man versus Purpose. We four guys here are coming together. You have Jason Harris, you have Andrea Dawkins and Tracy Brown, and myself, Issa Bolden. And again, we're coming together to encourage, uplift, enlighten, and to educate people around us, people that hear this, people that may need help, may need answers in life. So today we're going to be talking about, we have a good topic that Tracy kind of touched on with his Bible study, facing giants, right? We all have giants in our lives. And the giants we're talking about are like obstacles, challenges, temptations, struggles, issues, things of that nature. But let me just throw this light question out there. As Christians, came to the Christians at this moment, but as Christians, are we exempt from these challenges, these giants in our life? Because, hey, we serve God. This Christian life is supposed to be this righteous, happy life that we're living. So are we exempt because we're Christians from facing these giants? What do we have to say about that? Who would like to go first?
You got it.
You say, I got it.
All right, Tracy, do it. You got it.
I was throwing it to you.
Oh,
Okay.
That's funny.
Are we exempt from facing giants? I would say no.
Okay.
We are not exempt. I think when we face things that we look at as impossible or difficult or, a challenge, God shows up. And I know in my life, when those big challenges have happened, it's like, I don't know how I'm gonna be able to do this. It's no way possible. And somehow it happens. It's clear from my point of view that it's all God. It's God. It's not me. It's no way it could be. There's no way I could have done this. So I think he allows these things to happen in our lives to show himself, that he gets glory out of it, all praise and glory. And because there's no way that I could have done those things, you know what I mean? Those challenges. For me though, personally, it's like my thing. I personally like challenges. I like trying to do the impossible, or trying to do it because it really shows who God is. You know what I'm saying? So that's just kind of how I look at it.
Okay. I definitely understand that. Anybody else want to touch on that? Are we exempt from these giants that are, because we're Christians,
I feel like sometimes they become heavier, bigger, like they take steroids. But it's like I thought you was Goliath, brother. You look like Goliath is the midget. Like,
right.
I don't know. Politically right, the shorter person.
Right.
No, there's no exemption. But I just believe that they really are just illusions. But they're real.
Mm-hmm.
They're really real. But I think that I treat them as their illusions. Let me say that they're not illusions. Yeah, I treat them like that. If I'm walking like I need to be walking, you know what I mean? And kind of what Dre just touched on, he liked the challenges, and I'm not that at that level. That Dre,
There you go.
I bow down. I bow down.
Not to me.
I kiss the pinky ring. I kiss the
You can
pinky
do
ring
that. Go ahead.
that I retired a long time ago. You know what I mean? But no, but I feel them, man. It's like, it is sometimes where you just got to look at God and say, if it weren't for God on my side, but no, Esau, no, not at all.
Gotcha. Okay.
Well, I think we got an open gateway to challenges as Christian. I think you, like Jason was saying, the challenges sometimes come in multiple issues that come, but we have an advocate. And that's why Jesus died on the cross. And so we have assurance and insurance with Christ that really helps us. So as a Christian, we're supposed to handle our challenges a little different than those who are not Christians. But we still have the human flesh here. So if we don't try to control that human flesh by staying in God's word, we sometimes, for lack of a better way to put this, forget we're Christians and start trying to handle these challenges and quote unquote problems just like the world does. So, but I believe, we're not exempt. I think we even get more from that standpoint.
Yeah, I do think we get more because it's because a lot of people think that this Christian walk is easy, because a lot of pastors paint this pretty picture of Christianity. It's all about love, and they don't really share the real side of when we're facing with these giants that are in our lives. So yes, I definitely agree with all of you all. As Christians, we are not exempt. We are faced with more, I believe, and a lot heavier things, and deal with a lot. So keeping on the same topic, how should we view when these giants come? How should we view them? How should we look at them? Should we look at them as, okay, this is, let's say this is a temptation, right? Or is this a test? How should we view these challenges or these giants when we are faced with them? What's the first thing? Should we assess it, or how do you, in your own life experience or face, or how do you view these struggles or challenges in your life?
Well, first of all, I think we should pray about it when these challenges come, but we don't always do that neither. And I believe as we're God's children, God often chastises us. He chastises those whom he loves, just like a child. And so when these challenges come, they're there to help you grow and develop. Just like the story of David and Goliath. Before David took on Goliath, he fought some other animals to prepare him for the big one. So it's all in God's plan, because God knows exactly what's happening. But we have to be in God's will so we know how to fight those challenges, those giants, which is a part of God's plan. Because God can take that challenge away from you right there. But a lot of times he let us go through it so we can grow through it. You grow through what you go through, and we use that as a testimony to help others. And that's one of the things I struggle with, but I try to articulate my struggles and my challenge to my children so they can learn from them and grow. Because sometimes they can think it's just a beautiful Christian world and nothing happens.